Hey everyone, it's me, Jaime of Roosters Comics, coming to you with this week's Specs of the week of February 1st, 2026. I've got three awesome books I want to share with you this week that are making moves in the comic book market. All three of them are due to future movie announcements or recent things that have been announced the past couple weeks. And one of them is a quasi repeat from last week. But before I do that, guys, remember, this stuff isn't financial advice. This is just my opinions of what I think the comic book market's doing with these particular three books. And if you do like my content, please do not forget to hit like and subscribe. Eventually, once I get a high enough subscriber count, I will be doing giveaways like 9.8 slab giveaways, raw comic book giveaways. And if that's something you're interested, go ahead and subscribe and follow my channel. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into this week's specs. Alright guys, the first book of the day that we're talking about today is Masters of the Universe Issue 1. Now last week, guys, I showed you the DC Masters of the Universe, the Superman Masters of the Universe team up, which is actually the first appearance of Skeletor and He-Man. But since that book is so out of range for most people to purchase, they go on to the next best thing, and that is the first ongoing series of He-Man Masters of the Universe. So you can see you can get a high-grade raw copy of this one. It's quite affordable. $71. Most recent sale was in December. And if we look here, 9.8. Oops, wrong thing, guys. And if we go check out the slabs, guys, 9.8 of this book, 90-day average is right around 385 with 22 copies already selling this year. So you can see this book, when it was first getting slabbed back in 2004, it wasn't much, but once the comic boom hit and there was rumors, you know, we got up to 115. You saw highs up to 735, and then again right here, another high of 663, but then it's tapered down and it stayed right around the $280 to $300 range. If you're looking to buy this book in a 9.8, that's the range I'd look at. If not, find a gem mint copy raw, because if you can buy one of those for around 80 bucks and it comes back in 9.8, you can see the turnaround on your investment. This year alone, we have 15 copies of this book have sold, and we're only a month into the year, and they're going averaging all the way from 206 to 366 that sold back on the 27th, and the most recent sale was 300. Like I said, guys, anything between 280, 310, I think this book's a solid investment. He-Man's always going to be popular, especially to us boomers. I mean, I grew up watching the show. I love the show. Once again, that Netflix atrocity kind of killed the market for a little bit on this book, but I think the new movie that's coming out looks really, really cool, and hopefully they do it right. And I think if you own this book and you're looking to flip it, now's the perfect time to flip it, especially if you bought it at a good price. The movie is still maybe a year's out from being released, so you still have time. There's going to be more hype. There's going to be more trailers, so you could hold on to this book for a few more months. If you're looking to buy this book right now for your collection, I seriously suggest just waiting until the movie drops and wait till a couple months after that. The price is only going to continue to go up from here on. And once the movie ends, the demand for the book will drop, and you'll probably be able to get it back to that 280. Maybe you'll be paying a little closer to the 310, depending on how good it was and how much the hype this movie generates for the book. But if you're seriously looking to flip it, I say go ahead and look at the raw copies. If you can find a gem mint copy raw for $71, spend the $25-30 bucks to get it graded, and it comes back a 9.8. You're tripling your money, and you can't go wrong ever with tripling your money. Alright guys, let's go on to the next book, and the next book is Avengers number 9, and that is the first appearance in Origin of Wonder Man. So this week, Marvel dropped the Wonder Man show on Disney+. I've yet to watch it, but it is something that is on my to-do list to check out. There's been a lot of positive reviews on the Wonder Man show. They're saying it was actually pretty good, so that gives me some hope for it. What his future is in the MCU, I couldn't really tell you, and I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not going to even pretend to try. But this book, regardless of the fact, has always held its value. High-grade raw copies of this book, you see the most recent sales in 2022 is for $5,500. The most recent sale was right around, for a raw, was very fine copy. That was March of last year for $336. And as you can see, a fine copy this year sold for $313, and that's all due to the hype. So fine copies right now going for $313, and you could assume that very fine copies are right around the $400 to $500 range. Near mint copies closer to $1,000, because this most recent sale back in 2022 was during the comic boom. So I highly doubt it was, I highly doubt it's going to hold that $5,500 value. But still, this book is still a very pricey book. If we go to the slabs, as you can see, most recent sale for a 9.6, which is the highest graded recorded, is, $14,000. That's nothing to sneeze at. And this is for like a D-level character. But once again, like I told you guys, Silver Age keys always hold their value. This book is pushing, when was this book great? 1964. So this book is 62 years old, and it's, as you can see, guys, the demand for these kind of books are still very, very high, and I only think as time goes on, these old comic books are just going to continue to hold their value. I mean, this is early American entertainment. And any historian, I mean, I know I'm getting a little off kilter for comic book collectors, but just historians in general want to know about the cultures and what people of certain times, found for entertainment and collected. I mean, you could imagine potteries and spoons from ancient times hold ridiculous values. I'm talking about, hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. I honestly feel comic books of the Silver Age and the Golden Age are our modern kind of pottery things. These are things that people in the future, could hold on to, read if they wish to, and it's a really cool piece of American history. And like I said, guys, I mean, the numbers don't lie. If we look at something that's a little more affordable, we can go right around here to the 8.5 range. The 90-day average is right around 10.25. And if we go, when this book was first slabbed at 8.0, it was $162 back in 2002. $162. If you sell a modern book right now at a 9.8 at $162, you're ecstatic. And as you can see, as time has gone on, went up to $400, went to $773. It peaked at $3,100 during the comic boom, and then it's kind of regulated and it's gone up and down. This year, only one copy is sold for $1,000. Last year, 3 copies sold at this grade, and they were $840, $950, $1050. I think if you can get this book anywhere between $800 and $1,000 and an $8.5, I think it's a great investment. As you can see, this book, even though Wonder Man is not a super popular character, once again, it is a Marvel Silver Age key. And any Marvel Silver Age key, especially in high grade, is going to hold some kind of value. There's always going to be people that want these kind of books. And if you can get your hands on one, I say do it. You can't go wrong. And the final book of the day, which is a book that I'm needing for my personal PC, and that is Silver Surfer issue 1 from 1968, the origin of Silver Surfer. So we do know that Silver Surfer's first appearance, I think, was a fantastic 46 or 47. Can't remember the exact issue, but this is his first ongoing series. High grade raw. This book still holds a ton of value. High grade raw copies. Most recent sale was back in 2021 for a near mint. That was $1,600. You could easily say it's going to be about $3,000 right now. Most recent sale this year was in January 25th for a very fine copy, and that went for $989. If we look at the graded versions, 9.8 most recent sale was August last year for only $125,000. If we go to the $1,000 mark, which is where reason why I go 1,000, guys, is because I think the most right now where I am financially that I will ever spend on a comic book is $1,000. Now, obviously, as my channel grows and as my business selling comics continue to grow, I would maybe increase that limit. So if your budget is larger than 1,000, go for it. If your budget is less than 1,000, go on GPA or go on to Cover Price and see, what version of the book you can afford and jump on that. But for me, I just think 1,000 is a good number. And if we look at that right now, where you're looking at 7.5, 90-day average is actually trending down at 1096, which is actually pretty good. And as you can see here in the market, I mean, this book back in 2003 was a $200 book and a 7.5, and it's just, steadily gone up. Once again, this was when everyone was buying everything during COVID, and it just spiked everything ridiculous because everybody had expendable income. So I wouldn't go there, but like right here is where you're looking at. And you're looking at, 912 all the way up to 1238. This year, guys, 2 copies of this book have sold so far, and you're looking at 1,100 and 1,300. Last year, 20 copies, and if we just look for December, 1 copy for 900. November was 1,100 and basically $1,000. You can get this book anywhere between 900 and 1,000. I'm telling you guys, I think this book here has a lot of meat left on the bone. They have never done Silver Surfer, nor Rad's Silver Surfer, correct in live action. And I know he's coming to the MCU. And if for some reason, when the Silver Surfer appears in the MCU and it happens to be in a Russo brothers film, I know for a fact he's going to be done good, and his popularity is only going to skyrocket even more than what it is right now. And I'm telling you guys, this book is only going to continue to go up. Even low-grade copies of this. So if you got this book and it has a beat-up version of it, don't fear. It's going to hold value. It's going to continue to go up. And that's it, guys. Those are my specs of the week for this week. Once again, guys, if you do like my content and find this entertaining, please do not forget to hit like and subscribe. Really appreciate it. And guys, don't forget to check out my eBay store, Roosters Comics. I got a lot of great books there for sale, and I do appreciate everyone who has bought stuff from there. And finally, guys, keep your ear out for that rooster crowing, because when the rooster crows, that means there's a good deal out there. Jaime Hernandez, Roosters Comics, signing out. Take care, guys.